So what do we do as a company to deal with this? Well, in a world where there's 360 degrees of possibilities, we focus on the 45 degrees that matter. And for us, we see five mega trends that are reshaping the future of our industry. The first one is the awakening of society. We see that the consumer has never been more awakened than today. They demand corporates to really act in a sustainable way. We see that society is really waking up in terms of sustainability, in terms of health and wellness, but also in terms of equality, inclusion, equity, and diversity. So consumers demand corporates to act, and we see that governments are also stepping in. So we need to be proactive. And it's not only in a sustainable way for the environment, it is also showing that there's big business impact when you, as a corporate organization, embrace this. We see that there's a huge growth in the pre-loved market sector. There's a 33% year-on-year growth expectancy when it comes to pre-loved luxury, which is 11 times faster than the normal retail. So it pays off. The second trend that we see is all about experience. Today, a customer does not benchmark us versus our competitors in retail or e-commerce. A customer benchmarks their customer experience versus all the experiences that they have had before. And we see that 86% of buyers would pay more for a better customer experience. And 2 years ago already, CX surpassed price and product as brand differentiator. So we really need to step forward and really need to make sure that customer experience is at the center of what we do. And that's why, for example, buy now, pay later has been such a revolution and evolution here in the Middle East, because it's a much more convenient way, for example, to shop. And that's why we, also as a luxury group, need to embrace these types of technology. So it makes me very proud to see that Faces, for example, is embracing these new business models that puts customer centricity at the heart. For example, quick commerce, where Faces is now delivering within 15 minutes in certain parts of Dubai. And they also recently launched a subscription model where there's automatic replenishment. So for the people that are still wondering what to buy, you can go to faces.com and check it out yourself. And the next big thing that we believe that will break through is live commerce, also for the same reasoning. In China, we're seeing that this is becoming or is already the normal way of doing things. And looking at the demographic in China and comparing that with the Middle Eastern customer, we can see a very big similarity, and we can only bet or be assured that this will become the next big thing. And without going into too much details, but we're also looking into that as a group. Which gives me a great segue to the next trend, which is all about new gatekeepers. On the screen, you can now see that Klarna, a couple of weeks ago, has launched live commerce for their merchants, which is typically a little bit strange for a technology provider that is dealing in buy now, pay later solutions. And this is a trend that we are seeing more and more. Untypical players entering new markets to show dominance over there. Another example, which is closer to our industry, for example, is Farfetch acquiring Violet Grey, and with that going into the beauty industry. And another world or globally known example is the Balenciaga and Fortnite partnership. All of a sudden, Balenciaga is going into the gaming industry, and Fortnite is going into the luxury fashion industry. In the coming years, we will only see new gatekeepers and more gatekeepers popping into new value chains. The fourth megatrend is about the paradox between data and privacy. As a company, we want and need more data. However, consumers don't want to give their data anymore. And we also start to see that big tech is starting to diminish the pool for data. And I'm not going to go into too much of the Facebook and the Meta discussion, but in 2020, we have seen that consumers said that Facebook is very low in digital trust among consumers, which is again a nice wave into the last trend which we see, and that is all about the new wave of the web, Web 3.0. Facebook rebranding to Meta is a great example to introducing us all to the metaverse. For those who are wondering what to do mid-March, there's the first ever Metaverse Fashion Week that will be hosted in Decentraland, and I hope to see you all there. And for those wondering if cryptocurrency is ever going to go away, I'm obviously biased, but I think that if you look at the market caps of cryptocurrency, today combined, this is already bigger than silver. So saying that cryptocurrency will disappear completely is actually the same as saying that silver would disappear tomorrow. And we see it that it is having a business impact as well. Dolce & Gabbana has sold their NFTs for a record breaking $6 million. And I can proudly announce as a premiere to you all that Christoffel will enter the metaverse by April, May. Christoffel will launch their first NFT. They will make their entrance in Decentraland and in the sandbox. And more information on that will come very soon. So we need to focus on the 45 degrees that matter, the 5 megatrends that shape our industry. And then we need to be bold. We need to jump. We need to cover the 3 horizons to stay future-proof. We really need to think about what can we do today, what can we do tomorrow, and what can we do the day after tomorrow. And as you can see on the